Hey guys, my name is Simpsy. How you all doing? Welcome back to some more Empire Total War Darth mod. We're playing as France. This is episode 3. In today's episode, we're going to be opening up a new front against the Germanic states. We're going to be declaring war upon Württemberg here today. So, if you like the sound of that, feel free to leave the video a like, subscribe if you're new around here with notifications on, let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions for the series, and we'd like me to expand and conquer. In the last episode, we had the Battle for Portugal. Managed to take it. In the first episode, we managed to defeat Great Britain and secure Scotland, Ireland, and England itself. So, I've seen an opportunity here just outside Strasbourg. Now, we broke my alliance with Württemberg some time ago. They're actually at war with Prussia, the Netherlands, and some others. But they've put a full stack on a bridge just outside Stuttgart itself. So we're going to push against it. In the last episode as well, we started a war with the Iroquois. We're currently pushing towards Detroit, Michigan, with Philip Doran? Dorau? I don't know how to say that. But we have Claude de Villars, ready to push into Germany because Prussia, Poland and Austria are still battling it out. We've got alliance with Spain, the United States and Poland, but okay, we're actually not favoured to win this one. Let's do a quick save and a hard save. So we have 4.8, they have 5k and then 2k reinforcements. France, okay, well I think we're going to fight this one still because it is a bridge battle. We have artillery supremacy and potentially infantry quality, but they have the numbers and the cavalry on us. Let's fight this one upon the battlefield. Alrighty guys, welcome to the battle map. Let's get stuck in right into it. Württemberg are a very cool faction in Empire. You can play it if you play with a minor factions mod. So looking at the terrain, there's a bridge crossing there, an actual bridge, and there seems to be a low, shallow crossing here. Well, we have artillery supremacy. So there's only 2 choke points to push over. Well, let's make a strong long front line with our French militia, royal infantry, and the such. We'll probably break it up evenly into 2 groups because if we can sort of allow our artillery to do most of the work and heavy lifting for this battle, we might be able to win it. They do have... It's still about 50-50, so I guess it's factoring in unit quality, equipment, chevrons, along with mine. Now, if we see an opportunity to rush over the bridge or the low shallow crossing, I will do it. We have unlocked canister shot now for my artillery, and we will look to try and upgrade my infantry where I can. We're playing as the famed General Claude de Villars, the Royal Marshal of Louis XIV's army. Claude Britannica, I like to call him, because he conquered the Great Britain. He's also the conqueror of Portugal as well. But let me know in the comments, guys. We'd like me to expand and conquer. We're sort of going on a continental sort of grand tour, you can say. So let's see what Württemberg are doing. So they've made their own front line and they've got their reinforcements trickling in as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my artillery to try and target them, but we also want to try and close the distance. So it looks like they're going to sit back, so you definitely can't go through this. That's my concern, because I haven't played a river battle in Empire quite some time, because sometimes in Total Wars it can be a little bit deceiving, because they play so many of them from vast different time periods and release dates. So what we'll do is make a front line here, we'll invert the flanks as well, and we'll basically make a death trap there for them. We'll get my artillery to focus on the cluster, so try and hit one in the front, one in the middle, and then one at the back. That should get a rather large, diverse artillery spray pattern. On the left, we'll send 4 as well, and we'll do the same thing. We'll angle, even though you can get sniped by grenadiers and skirmishers and the like, but it's worth the risk. On the left-hand side, we should be more fruitful, but my artillery is already starting to rain fire and death upon them. We have artillery supremacy against them, so they're going to come to us, as is the way in Empire. But the Kingdom of France, looking to expand into German territory 100 years earlier than Napoleon. So let me know in the comments. I have been touting revolution in this series. Maybe that's something you guys would like to see. Or should we have sort of... we stick monarchical, absolute monarchical rule with Louis XIV and the Sun King. How about that? I don't know, like, you can't really do too much with your monarchs. They sort of sit back. They can't lead from the front like in previous Total Wars. And there isn't sort of a robust family tree, so he's more or less a figurehead for the French kingdom. Try and reform you there. At this point, we're more or less the French Empire, to be honest. Okay, you can fall further here. So, here today, if we're successful against Württemberg, we might try and pick off some of the other Germanic states. The United Provinces has expanded quite well. They have actually taken the Spanish territory in Belgium, and they've also taken out Cléon in the Rhineland. So it looks like Württemberg now are going to be able to make their way over, which is quite crazy, because they are going to get absolutely minced here. So we've got the 16th Regiment of Foot, the 15th and the 17th, and some militia engaging them. And Württemberg, with musket fire and artillery supremacy, are running away with their tails between their legs. That's what you get, you kraut scum. You Württemberg fools. And now they fall back into a defensive position. There's a little bit of sort of foliage there as well. Further back, the artillery is absolutely rinsing them. We seem to be doing quite well. Pick your targets, men. Be cool, calm and collected, and we shall win the day. Man, this is cool. Even though we are fighting in the German winter, a light snow covers the battlefield. We're holding the frozen lake. Oh my god, imagine trying to charge through that ice lake there. So it looks like they're pushing a lot on their left-hand side. My artillery, like, there's like 2-3 volleys off, then they rout, and the artillery just keep on pummeling them, as you see there. Shrapnel, blood and debris going everywhere there. The artillery raining fire and death. Good, I'd like to get some more. If I get 4, that'd be perfect. I'd like to go 4 cavalry, 4 artillery, the rest with the best quality line infantry we can. So, for now we seem to be holding. Oh, here we go. The 2nd Regiment of Foot here is now pushing up. The 3rd Regiment of Foot, rather. So these guys should be able to last a little bit longer. They might even be able to return some fire, but they're going one at a time. We'll try and get my artillery to fully target. To fully target them. They only got 1 or 2 volleys off, and now they're copying artillery fire. Bring them down, bring them down. Oh, poor Württemberg. We just have tactical and terrain supremacy on them. Equipment-wise, you'd think would have it on them. And stats. Oh, but they seem to be coming back. Well, let's speed things up slightly, because this is a couple times they've pushed up and gone, and they might be sort of a bluff and false charging us back and forth. We don't want to push over the bridge unless we have to. These guys should stay here. I might centralize my cavalry slightly, because I might push my cavalry there if we can route that. Back and forth, still bombarding Württemberg with fire and fury. Excuse me. Yeah, so if we can sort of at least conquer what, Western Germany, that would be the play. Before Prussia unites. The United Provinces are actually interested in the Germanic states. So they form square. I don't know why. Oh, they might be trying to bull rush me here. Württemberg has sent cavalry up over. 3rd Regiment. They just can't seem to break through the cold ground there. We'll get my artillery to focus it, but... Oh, they're going to make it, are they? 30 men. They just, by the smallest of margins there, the cavalry nearly made it across. And now they've actually bogged down the terrain. Oh my god. I feel bad for them. I feel bad for Württemberg. Well, it looks like that unit didn't even cross. So, just because we're holding the back line there's probably no reason why we can't try and take that out. Okay, so now they're starting to get across a little bit better. Just because we're holding down here incredibly doesn't mean we have to hold up there. We might be able to catch them in transition. So, I don't know why they seem to be holding. But if we do aim for those men that have made it across, it's probably not going to work. Oh, okay, so we are now moving, but why can't we attack? We're running single fire across a bridge. No, we've been baited in here. The 4th Regiment of Foot's coming over. If we isolated them and wrapped around them, it's because this like bridge model is really bad. We should be alright on this far right side. We should be able to wrap around Württemberg. But we might need to send some infantry support. The problem is we can't attack. It's like blobbing really weird. But that's alright. Okay, so they're now routing back there. Even though they got the numbers on us, we should be right. Continue to get my artillery to hit their cluster. They've sent a 3rd in there. I might have thrown away my artillery. It's a shame we've been caught here. It's also just because of the pathfinding as well. We were doing so well on that far alternative side. But they caught us in a little bit of a trap. I think it's just because I thought I could traverse the bridge a hell of a lot quicker. Württemberg might take a couple French souls. If we can cross over, we might be able to just overwhelm them if we're quick enough. So, food for thought. Never cross a bridge in Empire and Total War. It's easier said than done. And we're still getting caught here as well. We're sending the Royals and the Dragoons here. Yeah, I don't know why it's going X. Like, why? We can't even, like, pick individual units or targets there. That's so strange. Württemberg is rattling up again because we've got so many units and entities on that bridge. We're lagging a little bit here, which isn't good. But we're battling for the Württemberg bridge. Yeah, because they had a kingdom, didn't they? They had a king as well, Württemberg. And before they were taken out, they only had a couple of generations from what I can remember. 3-4 kings in this era. But it looks like they're going to try and come up and across the bridge again. Still battling it out here pretty hard. Okay, I've just had to speed things up a bit because it got so incredibly laggy. Like, I don't know what was going on with that particular pocket. We've managed to push over here. My cavalry's taken an absolute battering on this far side. I'm starting to form up against their units, now traversing. And that fantastic French death trap on the far side seems to be working. So we're starting to trade here now as our men push further across. We've got the 8th Regiment and 4th attacking their units. We could fall back slightly and outnumber them convincingly. But what a cool fight. Are they throwing pikes over now? The terrain for this battle is so cool. I just love Empire terrain as well. The maps are so huge. Depending, like, even if we fought like a couple of acres forward, we could have been very well fighting within the small outskirts of the town here in Württemberg. Yeah, we seem to be trading a lot worse here. We can form square now. We finally have that ability. But we didn't do it quick enough. Ah, they've caught me there as well. I'm surprised they've still got more cavalry. Ours are routing. They do have a tremendous amount of it, so we've got to be careful when we do send the majority of my forces. We're better off nearly pulling further back and holding the defensive position of the bridge. Invert it slightly a little bit different. Just look at the pathfinding there. It's just because of this model of the bridge is horrendous, if I do say. So they're flooding more cavalry in, which is what we don't want. But my artillery's had an absolute field day here. Maybe we need to reorganize our guns to get artillery support on this side. Yeah, we're hitting our own men a little bit there. Claude de Villers has really been put to the test in this one. You got to give it to Württemberg. They've given us a hell of a battle here. So they've lost 2 units of major cavalry, and we're probably going to lose that infantry unit there. We'll get my artillery to fire into this cluster to bring support as the battlefield shifts from my right-hand side to the left now. They seem to be continually running back and forth. Make sure that powder's dry, boys. But there's a lot of entities floating at the bottom of the bog there. Oh, with even a couple of artillery shells flying in, it looks like we've dispersed that cavalry and Württemberg offensive there. And now we've got some defensive solidity there. Trading back and forth. Yeah, even like, why are they... Like, this unit's now like kind of bugged there. Like, pull up higher. There we go. So we somehow saved that sword unit. That really should come back. My cavalry's trading. So 60-40 now. We're going to win this one. But I'm surprised how much the German state has mustered. I thought a full stack would have been enough. So they're now come back. They can go on that flank where they can. They're tempted and looking to cycle charge Württemberg cavalry in. But they've changed their mind. They might actually get on my left flank here. 6th Regiment of Horse is holding. Now that we've switched my artillery away, it looks like they're holding there a lot better. I might need to put my general bodyguard up here, because we're looking quite thin on this left side. Man, oh man, that bridge there crossing it was a massive misplay, but it's a bit of a shame, eh? Lost a lot of French lives. Because what I thought was would be able to quickly, because normally if you see an opportunity to strike and be aggressive, do it. I thought my cavalry could go over there quick enough, thinking it was quicker like that. Oh, we got some RNG here. We killed the enemy general. Franz, good old Karl Franz, is now dead. Hopefully this should swing the tide. But by the time my cavalry got over there and was stuck in sort of the the narrow pathfinding. Not much I could do about that. They started flooding in more units. I tried to compensate my commitment, then ironically overcommitted. But it looks like we've got some RNG there. So we've knocked out the enemy general, which maybe just because of how long this battle's been going on, maybe we've been a little bit unlucky in that front. We've only just killed him now. So we're sort of lacking numbers here, so I don't want to stretch these guys too thin. I want to be sort of keep tight unison against the 12th. But holding that right side against Württemberg, pushing on the left, we're going to prevail by the smallest of margins. But they did outnumber us quite a bit. Phew! She's nearly all over Red Rover. We've taken our first Germanic territory, which is fantastic to see. We'll try and get them to rout, and then we'll push over with my infantry. Maybe even push up and be slightly aggressive as artillery fire come in. But once we take out Württemberg, we're going to be bordering with a fair few other countries. Prussia to the north is going to be quite close to us. I imagine the next state is probably like Bavaria or Hanover. And then there's Austria as well. I've got my cavalry on this far side, which are fresh, so now they can push over. But you'd think there'd nearly be impassable terrain by the amount of Württemberg bodies that have been dropped in that scummy lake there. But Württemberg now are in a full retreat. Victory! Victory here today! Vive la France! Vive la France! Claude de Villiers lets the cry run out. It looks like another general's bodyguard here. Yeah, that's fresh, 60% there. Absolutely drill the hell out of that. Bring it down, bring it down. Topple my lord from his horse. So even fighting against a minor smaller faction like Württemberg has given us a really good battle. More cavalry's coming in here. I don't want to have friendly fire, so allow my men to go into melee and push forward there. I really just want an Empire 2. That's all I want. Medieval 3 first. Empire 2 next. If I can conquer Australia, I'll be happy. If Australia can be a minor faction in Empire. The only time I usually sort of play as my own country is in Hearts of Iron 4. Maybe I need to get back to that as well at some point. So, they technically haven't been defeated just yet, Württemberg. Ah, now they have. Okay. Let's end that one there. Close victory. I'm not unsurprised of that. Ability is nothing without opportunity. So we lost 1.1k. Yeah, they outnumbered us quite a bit by 3k-ish. They lost 3.8. Looking at the casualties and standard inflicted, my artillery did incredibly well. And now it looks like Stuttgart is vulnerable. Okay, let's do a quick save after that battle. And let's push into Stuttgart and take out the Kingdom of Württemberg. We'll demand surrender. They've refused. Looks like we're going to have to siege this one out a little bit, just because the amount of mortars they have there. And they've got another army outside. Well, if we can push and phase that out, that might be the play. Instead of attacking the fort. Okay, so what do they got? 9.8, 2.6. Yeah, let's auto-resolve this one out, because we've just fought against them. Now we should be able to take Stuttgart itself. We'll finish off the remaining stragglers. And we'll push back to Stuttgart. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. Württemberg is incredibly now on the back foot. Louis XIV has a lot more claimants as well. 3 daughters and a son, Philippe. We've also got a couple of Louises and Sophie as other claimants as well. So the royal French line is secure. We need to deal with the Iroquois now. We fought them in the last episode in the battle near, what was it, Niagara. We should be able to take their territory in Michigan now. And we'll be able to finish off Württemberg. The Dutch have now come in, okay. So we're still at war with Württemberg, and we're going to be able to take it. The Dutch come flying in to try and steal some territory. The cheeky buggers. Back in the Americas, we're still sieging out Michigan. Let's take it now. And we've expanded officially into a sort of new United States. And, the Iroquois have been defeated. That's a rebel territory now to the west. And yeah, we're at war with the Cherokee nations now because they got called in. So we probably can push further south there. Okay. Okay, we're doing alright in the Americas now. Let's take Stuttgart and Württemberg out once and for all. The Dutch didn't want to help us out in this one anyway. Claude de Villars, attacking general, and Württemberg is now gone. So we border Hanover, and Claude is a tremendous general now. Oh, come off it, man. I am sick to death of getting war decked in this series. As soon as we make one sort of Germanic influence, the Austrians, whoosh, Leopold I, right from the stop. The United Province, Mughal Empire, Savoy, Venice. Who's going to stand with them? No one, thank God for that. So, the States, Sweden, Spain, Louisiana, and Poland are at war with Austria. Wowee. Well, we don't actually border them, which is fine, but we might have to make a land grab. We might have to push for Bavaria. I wanted to sort of take Hanover and maybe a couple of other Germanic states, but it looks like we have to deal with Austria now. Okay, so we've got a full stack in Stuttgart. We've got a half a stack in France. Let's see what's happening. So they're fighting with the Ottomans quite well. Poland's incredibly on the back foot. Prussia's taken Saxony, Brandenburg. Austria belongs to Prague. I'll send this army that I'm currently constructing to defend Württemberg. Do the Cherokee nations want peace for now? I'm nearly tempted to give it to them, if they'd accept it, but they seem to be moving armies towards me. I have 2 full stacks here. We'll push to Upper Louisiana, which I guess rebelled. I don't know what that was about. Because they were their puppets. Yeah, what? They're rebels. Maybe Iroquois took them out? I don't know, but we're going to be able to have Upper Louisiana. For some reason we've got the South, even though Louisiana were my protectorate at some point. That's now flipped. They wanted to come back after protectorate control. Don't know why. Alright, we'll push and retake Louisiana. So strange, I don't know what does that. A similar thing happened when Britain fell. That the provinces got their independence. Maybe it's some coding. Anyway, we officially control Upper and Southern Louisiana, which is fantastic. Oh, wait, yeah. Maybe it's gone back. That's so weird. I don't know why it does that. Anyway, we can probably reform these guys against the Cherokee, because they still occupy the southern states. Getting Florida, Georgia under our control would be good, and we're still dealing with public order issues in this Iroquois territory. So, we are at war with Austria, but we technically don't border them, only on the mountain pass. If we were to go to war with Bavaria, what does that mean for us? They're at war with a lot of people. Leopold's incredibly on the back foot. If we go to war with Bavaria, they're not allied with anyone. They're actually at war with Austria. If we could take Munich, that could be a really nice sort of choke point and a stronger defensible position from the Austrians. I have played an Austrian campaign. It was a lot of fun. So Dagestan might stand with them. Okay, Dagestan stood with them. So we're going to push with Couleur de Villars, as I sort of fear Bavaria there. We should be able to take it in quite quick succession. We've demanded surrender. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. Leopold of Friedland, and we've taken out Bavaria. I haven't been checking about their wars. Maybe they had a war with someone, but we've just war-decked Munich. Maybe, seeing as that Württemberg had, what, 2-3 stacks? Maybe Austria's been whittling them here. But now we border with the Austrians from Prague to Vienna itself. But they're surrounded by enemies. Poland, the Ottomans. They're not doing too bad in this series, but they could be doing better. Okay, so they've attacked me here. The Cherokee, they've taken Niagara, but we're going to be able to retake it easily eventually. Okay, guys, welcome to the top of the turn. So, now with the capture of Munich, the Austrians are pushing into our territory. I've got a secondary army here with Jerome Flormalt and Claude in Bavaria. Jerome can run down this 1,000 man incursion. We're not going to be able to give chase, pull back. They have another army here looking to raid. Maybe I should be raiding against the Austrians, because the AI tends to do that. We'll pull back to Munich, because we'll have the garrison and Claude's army. But it looks like the French war on the continent is blown out. We could send more reinforcements back to Europe, but I feel okay. We've currently got 5-ish stacks operating. We're just taking Niagara there easily. So we have 2 in France and a bit in 1 in Paris, and 2 full stacks focusing on the Americas. I don't really want to give up the Americas front. I don't think we're too pushed against the Austrians. We should be alright. Alrighty guys, we've pushed to the border here. Let's push with Claude de Villars and Jerome into Vienna. Hopefully we'll have the Battle of Vienna in the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Episode 3 of the Total War Empire Definitive Edition Darth Mod Let's Play. Let me know in the comments, feedback and suggestions. Unfortunately, guys, it is time to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Let me know in the comment section down below your feedback for the series. And if you'd like to see more, that's the best way to ensure more content. Leave a dislike if you're not enjoying the series. Check out my social media links if you want to stay connected with me. Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, all in the description below. Patreon and merchandise link in the description below, along with the Steam group. Come and join the community on Steam. And on that note, unfortunately, I have to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching once again. Make sure to take care of yourselves. Go out and have a fantastic rest of your day. My name has been CMC. Goodbye.